Up making fun of St. Patrick's Day, that's awesome.
It really is.
More reason to celebrate.
Yes.
But I would like to see your Finnish origins proved, Marshall.
I will be glad to.
A lot of what was going on in the FBI in terms of trying to undermine Donald Trump and even prevent his presidency, those text messages all came from the Inspector General. So I think that this report is going to come soon. So the idea of Congress holding a hearing just to see if McCabe was fired properly, I think there are bigger fish to fry here.
Another major story, Axios comes out and says that what Mueller's looking at is less about collusion and more about obstruction. Now, my feeling is, as a non-lawyer, what are you obstructing if there's no collusion? If there's no crime, what are you blocking? So they're going to look into the firing of Comey, what he said, why the Russians were in there, things like that. That's what they're hearing.
Yeah, and I think that sounds right, Brian, from everything we know. The one caveat I would have there, if it's true that Mueller has subpoenaed President Trump's business records, now we don't know, I mean, that seems to be accurate. The question is how far back, is it about one property, is it about 100 properties? I mean, the president had some of the most complicated business empires you could imagine. I mean, if he owned 2% of a building and got revenue based on their using his name, that was a company. And he had apparently over 500 companies like that. So we don't really know what exactly Mueller is looking at. And this is the problem, of course. We get these leaks which sound like the world is coming to an end, but we don't know for sure. And I think Mueller is leaking. Somebody in Mueller's office is leaking. And this is the problem of the FBI. I mean, this is death by 1,000 cuts. And I just really think that Mueller himself has a lot to explain, particularly his relationship with Comey, and now McCabe giving Mueller notes. I mean, what is this, the grievance session? This is like the union shop steward when you have a problem with the president?
Yeah, I take notes.
Mueller?
Right, never took them with Obama, never took them with Bush. I got to take them with President Trump. And meanwhile, what do the notes mean? I'm going to write down whatever I think I want to write down. I don't necessarily, it's not like I'm copying something down verbatim as I'm coming off my cassette recorder that I had in my pocket. That's his recollection. Well, the president, I'm sure, has a different recollection.
Yes, and look, this is the J. Edgar Comey habits that I mentioned. Both Comey and McCabe seem to have learned all their dirty tricks from J. Edgar Hoover, which is you keep notes on people so that you can undermine them. So as Hoover did it, basically was to blackmail people, to threaten them so he could never be fired. He died in office. It worked for him, but his reputation now, in hindsight, is in tatters. This is what Comey and McCabe are doing. It's the same rotten trick that J. Edgar Hoover played.
I got to ask you, well, I disagree with you on one thing. You want a second special counsel. I know Lindsey Graham's calling for that. Trey Gowdy backs that. I don't want to see another special counsel. I would just like to see if people do their jobs in terms of investigating, but you want to see it.
Well, look, Brian, I have my doubts about a second special counsel. I mean, Mueller, I think, as we were just discussing, I mean, he can go on forever. There's no control once these guys begin. They can leak and damage. But I think the other side of this argument is stronger in that all of the leaks, for example, that maybe they're being investigated, maybe they aren't. What was McCabe really up to? What was the meeting in Andy's office about an insurance policy in the event Trump won the election? What about what went on with the State Department? So there are so many things hanging out there about that period where the FISA application, did they really lie to the judges? I mean, there's just so many serious questions about misconduct.
Yeah.
So I think the only way to get it all under one umbrella is a special counsel.
Michael Goodwin, thanks so much. 1-866-408-7669. Calls next. Brian Kilmeade.
Hello, Americans. I'm Todd Starnes with news and commentary next. Protecting data across modern decentralized networks presents challenges that traditional backup solutions can't handle. At best, you'll waste time and money managing multiple solutions. At worst, gaps in coverage will leave your data vulnerable. Barracuda Backup is a single cloud-integrated solution that simplifies the backup process and allows data replication to anywhere on your network, a private cloud, Barracuda's cloud, or to the AWS public cloud. Reclaim your data. Try Barracuda Backup free at barracuda.com/backup.
For decades, Americans have been enthralled with the romance of Walt Disney movies. From Sleeping Beauty to Cinderella, the prince and the princess live happily ever after. But soon, the princess and the princess could live happily ever after. The director of Frozen is strongly hinting that Elsa could be getting a girlfriend. Nothing set in stone, but Huffington Post reports they are exploring the idea. The 2013 animated film was praised. Was perceived as a pro-gay theme, including the lyrics of the theme song, Let It Go. It would not be the first time Disney has dabbled in the LGBT-themed programming. The Disney Channel television show Andy Mack features an openly gay character, and the live-action movie version of Beauty and the Beast, well, features what the director called an exclusively gay moment. Whatever Disney decides, it might be a good idea for moms and dads to brace for some very interesting questions from the little ones.
I'm from the 24/7 KXL newsroom. I'm Cooper Banks. Oregon state regulators vote unanimously to ban booze on Sauvie Island. The vote was 31-0 in favor today.
I know of drownings that have happened out here, a lot of motor vehicle crashes.
I think this is a great idea, and I think all the residents are going to be for it.
Those locals spoke to us during a meeting on the issue last month. Multnomah County leaders laying out their priorities for the legislative year ahead, protecting Portland sanctuary status near the top of that list. They will also continue tackling the homelessness issue, as well as efforts to combat the opioid epidemic. A top executive at Nike is out the door. The sports outfitter announced yesterday that branding president Trevor Edwards has resigned. No specific reason was given. And a big congrats to everyone at Grant High School. Their boys basketball team took home the state Class 6A championship. Freedom 970 weather, spotty showers for tonight, cold down into the mid-30s. From the 24/7 KXL newsroom, I'm Cooper Banks on Freedom 970.
Things vary based on your effort. Do you want to learn how to make money flipping houses right here in Portland? If so, we have an amazing opportunity for you. We're looking for a small group of motivated individuals to join our real estate investing team. You'll learn our simple 3-step system for flipping homes right here in the local area. This is Stan Merrill, star of A&E's hit TV show Flip This House. My team and I are looking for a handful of people in the Portland area who want to learn how to make money flipping houses in your spare time using other people's money. Portland is a perfect market for my system, and next week I'm holding a free 2-hour educational workshop where you will learn how to make money flipping homes and how to build long-term wealth with income properties.
To get 2 free tickets to Van's workshop, call 1-800-500-6344. Seating is extremely limited. Call in the next 10 minutes and you'll also reserve a free copy of Van's Money for Deals Guide. That's 1-800-500-6344. That's 1-800-500-6344.
One of the things with running is I want to enjoy the run, but I never made it very far because the arches of my feet just killed me. So when I got to the end of my rope and I said I have to do something to get rid of the pain, and a couple people recommended the Good Feet store to me, I loved how I could go in and get a free personalized arch support fitting. They put that time, that work, that effort into helping you find the right arch supports. And you can walk around the store with these in your shoes and try them out before you purchase them. So after I got my arch supports, the arches of my feet stopped hurting. And the pain instantly, literally instantly went away. So if you have pain, go. Find a Good Feet store and go. There is an answer. Find the simple solution that will get rid of your pain. I'm Rosie, and that's my Good Feet story.
See how Good Feet arch supports work for you before you buy with a free fitting at the Good Feet store.
You'll find America's arch support experts in Tualatin, Johnson Creek, Tannisbourne, and Salem. Call 1-800-NEW-FEET.
Freedom 970 is proud to announce that we've partnered with Bloodworks Northwest to host a blood drive every first Thursday of the month starting April 5th in our live performance lounge on the corner 6th in Madison. It's now known as the Bloodworks Live Studio. Be a community partner and host the Bloodworks Live Studio when we take a blood drive on the road. Organize a blood drive of your own and get some very special perks. And And everyone who donates blood at your drive will get a pass for a future show in the Bloodworks Live Studio. Hit us up at bloodworkslivestudio.com and we'll get you started. Bettering our community, drop by drop.
You're listening to Brian Kilmeade on Freedom 970. Portland's right place to talk.
He's so busy, he'll make your head spin. It's Brian Kilmeade.
Have you ever authorized someone else at the FBI to be an anonymous source in news reports about the Trump investigation or the Clinton investigation?
No. That's James Comey, after he got fired, coming in and saying in his own sanctimonious way that